Welcome to Money Magnet YouTube channel. Those who believe that money doesn't buy happiness have already come to the conclusion that they will never be wealthy. Their poverty is carried by this dated ambiguity. Since happiness cannot be purchased with money, why keep it? Do a search for "money doesn't buy happiness" on Google. It is concluded on page after page that happiness has nothing to do with wealth. Should it surprise you that a businessman in California with a six-figure salary could be less happy than a Kenyan cattle herder? Definitely not. The truth is that these assessments fall short because they fail to identify servitude, the antithesis of freedom, as the true thief of happiness. Ironically, for most people, having more money reduces rather than increases freedom. More money creates lifestyle servitude, which is harmful to freedom, health, and family relations. The main source of conflict for newlyweds, according to Creighton University's Center for Marriage and Family, is debt. Debt and lifestyle servitude keep people confined to their jobs and cut off from their social lives. According to a 2003 World Values Survey, the happiest people on earth have close-knit communities and solid family ties. The quality of our connections with our spouses, family, friends, our faith, and ourselves have the biggest impact on our happiness quotient once our fundamental requirements of security, shelter, health, and food are addressed. We fund our suffering if we are too preoccupied with finding the newest technology to compete with the opulence of the Joneses. According to the World Value Survey, consumerism is the biggest hindrance to happiness. The truth is that many millionaires and people with successful careers are utterly dissatisfied for reasons unrelated to their income. Their freedom is involved. Instead of them owning their money, they are owned by it. Poor farmer in Thailand who spends half his day tending to his fields and the other half with his family is likely to be happier than the well-paid workaholic who never comes home to build relationships with his wife and children. In other words, he craved for freedom. When used wisely, money may buy freedom, which is one of the three pillars of wealth. Freedom brings options. The truth is that many lower middle-class individuals enjoy higher standard of living than their overworked upper-middle-class counterparts since the latter lack flexibility, healthy relationships, and freedom from the negative effects of doing a disliked job 5 days a week for 50 years. Money protects the agent of freedom in the wealth formula, which is a potent protector of the ingredients of wealth's siblings pillars, health and relationships. These are some of perks I think money can buy. 1. Money can afford you the freedom to see your children grow. 2. You may buy the freedom to follow your wildest desires with money. 3. Money can buy the freedom to change the world. 4. Having money gives you the freedom to create and maintain relationships. 5. Money removes the need for financial approval and grants the flexibility to pursue your passions. Which of the foregoing is most likely to make you happy? I'll guarantee they do. They won't definitely make you unhappy. The affordability formula. Consider the last time you purchased a pack of gum. Did the cost worry you? Have you considered, can I afford this? Most likely not. The chewing gum you purchased has been used. Your lifestyle or your decision-making going forward were unaffected by the purchase. The actions are identical to a wealthy person who walks into a dealership and carelessly purchases a six-figure Bentley. When you don't have to think about it, something is affordable. You cannot afford something if you have to consider affordability, because affordability comes with restrictions and drawbacks. If you purchase a yacht and engage in financial gymnastics, you cannot afford it. How do you determine if you can afford it then? You can afford it if you pay cash and keep your lifestyle the same no matter what happens in the future. In other words, you can afford it if you buy a yacht, pay cash, and are not impacted by unforeseen bumps in the road. If you lost your job a week after buying gum, would you regret the decision? Or suppose your sales projection was cut in half? No, it wouldn't change anything. Affordability is compared to your degree of wealth in this manner. To avoid appearing wealthy, be aware of your financial limitations. If you can afford them honestly, there is nothing wrong with purchasing boats and Lamborghinis. There is a proper place and time for indulgence. The trap of lifestyle dominance. The false prophet of feel-good, instant gratification, and immediate pleasure is the seductive song of lifestyle servitude. It sure would be lovely if everything that felt good actually was excellent. Chocolate? That enormous fast food combination meal? Sunbathing? Smoking? Sadly, temporary happiness frequently has negative long-term effects. Instant gratification is a widespread scourge, and its most noticeable side consequences are debt and obesity. The majority of Americans are overweight because eating provides the quickest and least expensive instant enjoyment. You choose pleasure now over pain later when you slouch on the couch and devour a can of Pringles. If you finance a new Mustang for $45,000 over 72 months based on a $31,000 annual bartender salary and you live with your parents, you've given rapid pleasure the upper hand, and lifestyle servitude results. Wealth is difficult and is made of the same stuff as health. They both follow the same procedures. They demand self-control, sacrifice, perseverance, dedication, and yes, even postponed gratification. You will struggle to achieve success in both health and riches if you can't ward against the temptations of rapid gratification. Both call for a change in mindset from instant gratification, short-term thinking, to long-term thinking, delayed gratification. The sole safeguard against lifestyle servitude is this. So next, if we're going to make your EMI for your next luxury shopping spree, make sure that this EMI will be paid by your cash flow, not from earned income, and definitely not make you the slave of your own lifestyle. Till then, keep watching and sharing the Money Magnet content, and make sure to like the video.